Okay, and in today's course, I wanna explain how JavaScript works. But before that, I want to show you how to validate HTML forms using regular expression. Do you hear? Have you ever heard about regular expression? Is there anybody hears about? You understand what is regular expression? No one? Okay, and actually regular expressions, that is just they wanna make sure their users can, they wanna make sure all the text will has a certain pattern. What's the pattern? This is a little bit abstract. For example, I show you some set like this. What's their common point? What's this set common point? What's their common point?
They are all numbers.
They are all number. Okay. So all this is number. So my rule is that I want to make sure all the set are numbers. Okay. So if they are numbers, so they can pass. Okay. So this is my first regular expression. And now what's their pattern? What's this 5 set patterns? They have 6 numbers. Okay. What's their pattern?
They are not all numbers. They are combined with numbers and
Other symbol?
they are not words.
They are not words. Or there are 6 words, but with some other symbol.
They are three.
They are string. So how about this? But I don't show this. What's their difference?
Above they contains numbers.
Oh, do they contain the numbers?
They are combined with flow number
And what? Anyone have opinion? What? So the first rule, what? Of punctuation mark. So actually we at least make sure all the words they include the numbers, but they also need to have some or at least one punctuation mark. Yes. So maybe that is the pattern. Okay. And now I want to show you this. What's your pattern?
and this
That have a X website.
They have the at. Okay. And they also has at. This one also has adopt. What's the relationship between dot and the at? Okay, so actually they needed to have a word before their ad. And after the ad, they still have some words, and they use the dot to connect with the other words. Yes, so that is their pattern. Okay, so now we needed to try to evaluate, try to find out the patterns from all these sets. Okay, but you needed to understand what's the rules. Okay, so today I want to spend some time to make sure we can know how to create a regular expression. And I want to tell you that in our final project, I think is that we have 3 or 4 students in the group, right? 3 or 4. Do you remember that? So at the beginning of these semesters, I told you, and our final project, and we can have a group, right? And we needed to submit our final report. Okay, and I think it's 3 to 4 people, a group. Okay, so you can find out your teammates. And in your final project, you needed to make sure after our midterm project, all the things I teach, and you needed to put all these teaching things in your final project. Okay. For example, today I told you how to create your regular expression. So you needed to try to put some regular expressions in your final project, but not limit to what I teach. Maybe you can told me more complex regular expressions, because I want you dedicated to improve your skills in anything about our website. Okay? Any question? So I think in your final project, you needed to demo. You also needed to demo to your website, and you needed to present what you do for this website. So maybe today you have 3 students in a group, and you can choose one of your midterm projects, and you needed to improve that website. Okay, maybe you needed to add some JavaScript in this website, and also add the backend for this website, and all these things I will teach in later course. Okay? So, any question? If no, and I think I will give you a final project description in next course. Okay. And actually, today's course, at the beginning, I want to show you this. This is a account registration. Okay. But that is a little bit boring, because traditional registrations, we just type in some words for this text. But actually, we want to make some interactions between the users and our interface, right? So maybe just like this, I can put some words in here, and here will emerge an OK, to make sure user can understand, oh, this account is great. Okay. And the password, okay, that is great, because the user can get the response immediately. Okay. And now emails, not okay. What's the problem? Because actually this text is for our email, so we needed to make sure this word is an email. Okay. For example, we needed to have an at. Okay. So that will emerge an okay in here. So that can help validate all these words immediately. So that is the first thing I want to show you. Okay. And now you needed to create a form like that. we needed to have our account, password, email, or sex, or our blue type for this. And there is a things you needed to notice. The first thing is required. Required is just tell the other peoples all these texts you must to fill in. You must to fill in. So you needed to set up a required in here. So if say here is a text and in our form and with the required, that will make sure all the user needed to fill in the things in all the text. Okay, so that is the first thing. And later, that is the pattern. Pattern is we just needed to set up we set up a rules for this text, but we don't care about this first. Okay, so maybe we just create an account, password, email, and sex and blue type. Okay. So now maybe I can create a new one in my desktop. Okay. Phone. Okay, and now I needed to create a text for our maybe it's account. Required. Okay. And here is password. Password. Email. And here is email. And the letter is our sex is use the radio input. Okay. Female. And here is our blue type, and I will use select blue and set up the options for our blue types. Okay, so this is our text. Okay, but actually we needed to set up a form, right? So we needed to set up this one, and here in here. Okay. Okay, I use a tab key to make sure they are behind our these lines. Okay, so that is easy to for the designer to understand how phone is their father and here is their children. So they are not in the same hierarchy. Okay, and actually we needed to send our data to the other file. Actually, maybe I can set up the registration .php, and I can set up the method is post. Okay, so here is the beginnings, and actually we also needed to set up a things is span because we needed to emerge the OK. Okay, just like here. Here is the OK. So now I want to set up the OK in here. Span class OK. And here is OK. So I set up all the things. And here I needed to have a BR to make sure the other text will in next line. Okay, so let us to see our site. So I use Google Chrome to open it. So now there is our registration form. Okay. But actually this is not a good form because this is not a good visual look. Okay, so maybe I needed to change something. Or I forget the input type submit. Value is submit because we needed to set up a button for our user. And sometimes the other user will PS the other thing is reset. Okay, so if you want to create a button, and you can create a new thing for this. Okay, and now we needed to set up our CSS. Actually, we need to make sure all the lines, they have a certain line height to make sure they have some space between each lines. So this is easier to look. So I will set up a font line height. Okay. In here, so I can set up the CSS in here, and I can set up the fonts with line height to EM. Okay, so you can see some space in here, so that is good to look. And the next one is we needed to make sure the input, especially in the form. Okay, dear father is from. If their father is phones and they are input, so they needed to follow these rules. They needed to follow, and I also use the commas between these. So I make sure input, both input and select, they needed to follow these rules. Okay, and the first thing is the padding and the border and the border radius. Border radius to make sure all the text, they will have a radius in here. Okay, so I can set up the font input, font select. Okay, and I set up a padding, maybe 5 pixel and 10 pixel, and here is border and the border radius 5 pixel. Okay, so now that is more easier to read, right? Because if today I use light colors in here, and that is not too heavy for all the user. Okay, so normally I want to make sure all the text airlines is with a light color. Okay, so I think I will stop in here, and you need to complete all this coding, all this code. Okay, I will give I will give you 3 minutes to finish it. Okay, maybe you can take a photo with these words. Okay, if you are finished, and I just switch the monitor to you. Okay, I will switch the monitor in 10 seconds. Okay. And now we needed to set out maybe just 6 lines and we can finish the instance validations. Okay. Traditionally, we want to conduct the instance validations in our website and we needed to use JavaScript to finish it. But today we just use our CSS3 that can help us to finish it because we just want to make sure if today we ask them to fill in all the text and we will to check if that is valid or invalid. If today that is invalid and we just want to display our OK class. Okay, and if today is not, we just want to set up the displays with none. Okay, so that is their logic. We just use form input and valid, okay, to add OK. And we just change the OK's their properties with their displays properties. Okay, so I needed to set up an OK in here because all this is OK, and their class is OK. So we just want to make sure their color is red. Okay, because today if I set up a color with red, that can highlight this message to all the user. User can know, oh, today you validate these things is OK. And later, the other thing is form and input. Okay, form input and valid add point OK. Okay, here we needed to type an add in here. So I will set up a display and is inline. But today, if that is invalid, I can use none in here. So let's check with this. So if today I am type anything in here, that can help us to validate. Okay, they can help us to validate. So that is the things we do. Okay, so now please finish all these lines in your code. Okay, and I will switch this to you. I will switch the monitors after 10 seconds. Okay. And now I needed to set up rules for our account to make sure they can follow this rule or to create their account. Okay, so I will set up a pattern in here. And actually in our pattern we needed to set up our rules with our square bracket. Okay. And actually I can use this A to Z. Okay. So here I can type in A. Okay. But if today I type A, this is not okay. That is also the only for the small a. Okay. But if today I type 2 words, this is not allowed. Okay. So we needed to we needed to tell our text, our users, okay, you have how many words you can fill in. For example, I can use this way. I can tell the users you can put maybe 6 to 8 words in here. So I can use this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is allowed. Okay. So if today you think, oh, that is not only for the small a, that's also for the big A, I can use this A hyphen Z, and I can 0 hyphen night. Okay. And finally, you needed to make sure the amount of the words needed to from 6 to 8. So I just set up the rules in here's pattern. Okay, and if I give too many words in here, that is also not allowed. So you can set up the rules for yourself. But actually, that is just one part for our regular expression. And if today you want to dedicate yourself to maybe information science, and I think a regular expression is a really critical thing for you, because if today you know how to use regular expression, that can help you maybe detect the fake account from our maybe banking system or some things. You need to find out a lot of patterns from all the messaging. Or take the other example, if today you want to, you got so many garbage email, maybe that is just advertisement, but you want to validate that is a garbage email or not. And you can also use this regular expression to detect it. Okay. So if you are interested in regular expression, and I think you can put more effort on this. Okay. But now I think you just try to play patterns. That is enough. But actually, I also want to show you the other patterns. For example, today I can use a backslash with B. So that can help to check that is a digit or not. And I can also use a backslash with W. And I can also use the other words. Okay. So you can try to use this pattern to define your text, to make sure the users can follow these patterns to enter into the other words. Okay? So now I will switch the monitor to you, and you can try to use it. just put the tables on the screen. So if you need it, you can check with the screen. And for example, if today you use a caret in here, and with det, that means is in your words, you didn't, that is not allowed to emerge det these words. Okay, so you can use caret with the other words to make sure the user will not type these words in your text. So maybe in your final project, you can show the other classmates. You do so many regular expressions in your site. And I think if you do this way, you can earn more score from here. Not just validate that the user's account or email, because that is the basic thing. So you need to try to validate the other things. Okay. And I think if today you just search regular expression with JavaScript, and you can learn a lot of things from there. For example, you can also validate the Chinese words. Today, maybe you can ask the other user to enter their ID numbers. And maybe your user also check some radio with the sex, and you can understand this ID number is true or not. Because in Taiwan, our second numbers, the first number in our ID numbers is we can understand that is a girl or a boy.
这个OK，找一找。
哦，逗号。
逗号，逗号。
OK。
好。
你说第一个、第三个是什么？我含着。
那我这就有了。对。
有道理。
第一个。比方说好了，这个的话，它就是说它是哪一个单字，然后配上几个数字这样，就是几位数。
几位数？
对，这可能
就是它最多只能给你填几位数的。
最少几位数。
最少。
对，因为我们逗号第一个可能打是最少几位数，最多几位数。对，那像 D 的话，就是它可能就是去找它的数字这样。
找它的数字。
对。
什么意思？
你看，他说如果我们是 YouTube 的话，它会 return true， 所以它就是把那个 digit number 是显示出来这样。
就是你不管打什么，它就只会显示那个数字的意思。
对，我的理解是这样子。
OK。
然后就是有些是去 present 它的 digit， 有些是 present 它的 special character。OK。然后像刚刚这个就是说第一个数字，第一个是什么，然后最多几个，最少几个字这样。那这是 A or B， 只要满足其一即可这样子。对啊，这个就是 not VET， 如果出现 VET 就把它排除掉这样子。然后这里的话就是大写的一道 Z， 小写的一道 Z， 小写的一道 Z。
出现 VET 的话会把它排除掉。
它不能接受你输入的东西有任何 VET。
所以我可以自己设计出来。
对，比如说你可以说 carrot， 然后 ABC， 然后就可以 exclude 任何 ABC 的单字这样。对，然后就是 lower case， 对，这就还好。对，这应该还好。我就是随手抓了几个。是不是看到这个有没有出现过几次啊？应该是这个意思，应该是看出它有没有出现几次这样。我的理解是这样。对，因为其实我等一下是要叫大家玩这个。
好，那我等一下。
对，我等一下是要玩这些东西这样。
好，然后我等一下听看看。等一下不会是直接让我试？
会让你试。对。
好。
对。
那为什么我想放下？是我打开它。
这是逗号，6至8，我是6逗号8。
那是直接关是我之前。
逗号8。
所以就只是这里。
对。Okay, I will switch the monitor. Okay, and actually in this pattern for maybe our backslash with D, that is just I want to make sure they can help us to check with the digit numbers. So if today I use U2 and that can only return the 2, the numbers. Okay, and if I use backslash with W, and that can only help us to find out the special character. So I use 2%, and they only give us the special characters is the percent. Okay, and now maybe the third one, I can use any words, and I can define how many words they can include. Okay, so actually maybe I needed to use a command to tell the users how many words you can put in. The first number is at least you needed to have these words, and the number before after the commas is your maximum words you can type in. Okay, so today I only give the first numbers. That means at least you needed to include these words. Okay, and I can use vertical bar. This is just like an English test. So many things I needed to translate in English. That is vertical bar. So if today I use X and the vertical bar with Y is just today, maybe I need to tell the user even today you use X or you use Y, all these things is okay, is match. Okay. And if today I use a caret with VET, is I want to make sure the user not include this term VET. So if today I use caret ABC, the mean is you can't put any words with ABC. Okay. So today if I use a caret Taiwan, so you can't type any words with Taiwan. Okay. So that is caret mean. And here is A to Z, and we use uppercase letters and lowercase letters, and also include our numbers. So all alphanumeric characters is included, is okay. And I can also check the lowercase and the uppercase. And the dot, I think that is just any single character. Okay. And here is X with our asterisk, but I have a little bit, I have no idea with that. I don't know that meaning. Okay, maybe you can try to use it. Okay, so in today I told you a lot of patterns about our regular expressions, and actually I want to ask you to do this. I want to use regular expression to test our password strength. In many websites, and we needed to register a new account. They will ask us to ensure our password is strong enough. Okay. For example, we want to make sure the password is at least 8 characters long. And we also want to make sure the users at least 1 uppercase letter. And we also want to make sure the user can make their password with at least 1 lower letter. And at least 1 digit. At least 1 special character. So if today's your passwords can include all these rules, that can prove your password is so strong. Okay, so that is a rule. You can try to use this word to help the user to understand that their password is strong or not. Okay, so now we'll come to our new task. Set up 3 levels to denote how secure a password is. Set up 3 levels to denote how secure a password is. So, for example, not take a photo. You needed to use your way. Password strength checker. Today is strong, or today is medium. Today is weak. Okay, you needed to try to find out your way to define it. You don't need to set up a same validations with me. You can create your new one. Okay, so please to do this. Set up a 3 level to denote how secure a password is. Okay, and now it's switched to you. If you are finished, please upload the. I'm not finished yet. If today you are finished, and please upload the photo to Zuvio. Okay, you need to upload your code. You need to maybe print screen with your codes and upload it into our Zuvio. Okay, any question? So no worry, I think just take it easy and you need to finish this.
这个 OK 一直消不掉。
自己去确定一下吧。
我确定过了。
不是你自己去查查看，因为我也有别的事情要做。对，我课堂上我很多时候事情要在进行这样。对，然后你要学着自己去解决一些问题。
可是他真的上错是这样，让我完全就我跟旁边
好，来，感觉到我在忙别的事情，但是你一直没有辨别这些东西，这个是对我课堂上没有尊重，你知道吗？
我觉得我完全就是答错，因为今天有这个感觉。我知道，因为是半场所以我完全知道。
我来看，因为其实这种课程就是你自己必须练习，但是你不是一直来有问题就马上问。
就是我其实已经检查过了10遍了。
所有东西都是这样子，我甚至1、2天都写不出来，这也是很合理的事情。
他这个 OK 跑出来，就是因为 OK 一直跑出来之后，你要直接 check 我写的东西到底有没有用。我快没有听错。这个的问题，然后刚刚这边看起来应该也是没有问题。所以我刚刚去看那个账号没有继续下去。然后我刚刚去我在电脑。
听错了。valid。对。
没有看到那个 PPT。
我还没有上传。对。I will not give you the PPT immediately, and actually you needed to find out and you need to try to search for any helps from the internet, because in the internet world you needed to try to figure out all the things by yourself. Okay, and not just follow my rules, you needed to set up the rules for yourself, and only in this way you can learn more by yourself. But I can show you with this, if you need it, and you can take a reference with this. strong, medium, or weak. Okay, I think that is the same logic. You can use the similar approach to finish it. And also you needed to use the different regular expression to finish it. So maybe today is your JavaScript, and you can set up, you can see here has 5 rules, right? And if today you fit with 2 rules, and I can say your password strength is weak, I can accept. But if today maybe you fit with 4 rules, I will say your password strength is medium. Okay, this is so great. But if today you fit with my 5 rules, I will told you your password strength is really strong, and that is a strong password. Okay, so maybe you can use if else to make sure to check with this password. to set up the 3 words for a single text, but you can create the 3 separate texts to show me the strong, medium, and weak. Okay. So each text with a regular expressions approach. I think that's easier to create it. And if you are the first 3, I will give you the bonus point. You can also discuss with your classmates. Finish? Question mark in here. Because here we have the question mark and question mark is okay, but I think this is not the correct thing. Yes, you need to check with that. Okay, we have 5 classmates to finish the questions. Okay, and you can see the first one, they just validate the password. Yes, that's a fashion way. And actually, I don't ask you to do so difficult things. I just want to make sure you create a 3 password tags and to check that is strong or today that is so-so, that is a bad password. You just use it this way. That is enough. Okay. So that is also okay, but this one is also use some JavaScript, and here also the 3 tags to validate their regular expressions. Okay, and that is also the 3 tags to validate. Okay, and here is also the same. And I can show you my, okay, here is my code. The first one, I want to make sure that it includes upper words or the lower words or the other spatial terms, and that's at least A numbers, A words. Okay, and here I use or. Today, maybe in the first set is all the uppercase, and the second one is the lower case. So if today you all use the uppercase words, that is okay. And if today you always use the lower case, that is also be accept. Okay. And if today maybe you don't care the other things, you just give me some words and you have the A words, and that is also a bit accept. So you can see my interface is just like that. I can show you, and that is strong. And if today that is all the uppercase with this, that is medium. Even I didn't give any lowercase, and here I just give any words, that is okay. And they get the A numbers of the words. Okay, so that is the things I want to ask you to do. I think that is quite interesting, right? You spend a lot of time try to find out, even today you find out the logic from the regular expressions, or you want to search from the internet. I think that is a good practice for you, because if today you want to become the web designers and you needed to search so many things and you needed to spend so many effort to find out their relationship between each function. Okay, so keep going. And if today you are interested with regular extractions, and you can click this site, and I think this site is quite interesting. You can just go to here, and you can use anywhere to, maybe I use REG, and that can help us to find out the REG. And maybe today I use W, backslash with W, or today I want to use maybe this. They can help us to find out the uppercase. So you can use anywhere to try to use your regular expressions from this site, on this site. Okay. And now is formally to enter into today's course. And actually I want to tell you 2 things. The first thing is an introduction to JavaScript. So at the beginning I want to give you illustrations about what is JavaScript, and I want to give you a basic introduction to JavaScript for beginners. So because today is the first day to learn something from JavaScript. And the second thing is handling events. And I want to detect and react some events happening in our web page. Because in our web page, maybe today is on low, today is on mouse over, today is on mouse out, on click, all these things, all these actions, and we can call these as events. And we needed to detect this event and to conduct some interaction with our user. So that is handling event, and I will also told you how to achieve it. So at the beginning, the JavaScript was initially to make our web page alive. Is because today your web page maybe that is a static web page, but if today you want to validate something, or you want to make some interaction with your users, and you can use JavaScript to achieve it. Okay, and actually you can write in our web page HTML and to run automatically as the page loads. Actually, you don't need to create a certain environment, because JavaScript is easier for every computer. And if today you create a JavaScript code in your HTML, and it can run smoothly. But you needed to care one thing is, if today you design so many JavaScript code in your site, and that maybe will make your website slower. Okay, so you needed to decide your JavaScript will in the beginnings of your website or in the end in your website. For example, some people maybe they will use their JavaScript in here. JavaScript in here, script, language, JavaScript. Maybe some people they will put their JavaScript in here, just in the beginning of our website, in our head. But some people they will care that will make their website too slow, so they will put their JavaScript in here, in the end of our body. Okay, because if today you put in here, and that can load immediately. But if today you put here, and we can load all the HTML text at the beginning, and after that we just run our JavaScript. So maybe that is a good way for you, and you need to decide your JavaScript will put the beginnings or put the end of our web page. So that is our JavaScript. And actually Java and JavaScript is what's their relationship?
Are there the same company?
They are same company? Actually not. Do you think they are the same thing?
No, it's totally different.
Totally different.
Not totally, but I think they are not the same language, because there some language of them are different.
Oh, actually they are totally different language. Okay, and they use their different ways to develop it, and they also have the different purpose. Maybe today you create something for the web, and you need to use JavaScript, and you use some desktop applications, maybe you can use Java, and to finish it. And actually JavaScript that is created after Java, and initially that has another name is LightScript. But actually they want to, I think they are really good at marketing, so because they know Java was so popular at that time, so they decide to their position is a new language as younger brothers of Java. So they just use the name as JavaScript. Okay, so but as it evolved, the JavaScript become a fully independent language with its own specifications called ECMA script, and now it's no relation to Java at all. Okay, so maybe at the beginning that has a little bit depends on Java language, but now they are fully independent. Okay, so JavaScript now is a fully independent language. Okay, and actually, if today I said that JavaScript can interact with users, and actually there has a serious approach to make some response to our users. So actually, we have the three kind of pop-up boxes. The first one is alert box, and alert box is just want to send an alert to our user to warn them, oh, you needed to care about some things. And the second one is confirm box. Confirm box is we want to make sure the user can make a choice. You confirm or you reject it. And the third one is prompt. We want to make sure the user can type some words for us. And maybe we can ask, what's your name? And they can give us a turn. Okay? So the first one is alert. You can just use this where script type and type JavaScript. Okay? And then here you need to know that is text with /JavaScript. Okay? Just like this. Maybe I create a new one. And JavaScript. Maybe I just use JS text. Point HTML. And actually I will ask you not use JavaScript, because for any language you have some remain words. So you try to not use certain words, maybe JavaScript or for or while. That is already has their existing function. So please not use the words like these terms. So maybe I just use JS test HTML. And I can use HTML5 in here. And actually we needed to create some script in our head. So I will create the script. And the type is text /JavaScript. Later I put an alert is hello. So we can go to our website. You can use Chrome browser, and this can prompt hello to us. Okay, but if today there has too many alerts, this is a little bit annoying, right? And the second one is confirm. Okay, I can set up a var. It just defines maybe defines a things. I want to make sure these things to get some data from our conference pop up. Okay, so because if today I ask you, are you sure? And if you click sure, and that can send an alert. And if you click cancel, and I can send you another alert. Okay, so that it can depend on users' decisions to give you the different feedback. Okay, so that is confirmed. Okay, so maybe I can use this where. So var, and I can use sure, confirm. Are you sure? Are you sure? I click the confirm, and I needed to alert the sure. Okay, true. And if today I click the cancel, that will be false. So I will use if else to detect what's the answer from the user. So if sure, so maybe I can use equal to true, but actually we don't need it to equal to true. I just use this where, and they can know that is true. Alert, great. Else. Oh no. Okay, so that is great. And if I click cancel, that is oh no. So now please try to use this to understand how to use confirm and how to use alert. Okay, and return to you. You can practice it. seconds. I will switch the monitor. Okay. And the other thing is prompt. Okay. And the prompt is just want to ask some questions to your users. So I can use var to define the term, its name. So I can send the user's answer to the name. Okay, and I can say hello to my user. So at that time I can use prompt. For examples, I can use maybe name and prompt. I just ask what's your name, and I can use alert. Hello and name. Answer. Hello answer. So that is prompt. So maybe you can also put these three things. You try to put these three things in your website. So do you have any memories about any website ask you to enter some information at the beginning when you load to the site? Any example? If today you want to buy the wine, maybe I go to the Royal Salute. At the beginning, I go to here. Okay. I use English site. Why is not English site? Okay, they just want to ask me I can enter into my born date, born year. Okay, maybe I can 988, and why that is not the same? Okay, they also ask me some question. I think the most wine website they will ask you your age. Okay, and maybe you can interact with them. Okay. So I think not only for the wine website, they still have some other websites, and they can ask you some question, and they can remind your name. Okay, because at the beginning you just answers your name and you answers your age, and you can note all the things. So that is prompt. Okay. And now I think we just keep going. It's about the event handlers. If today I use event handlers, that can help us when something happens and I can conduct some action to my user. Okay. So for example, I can create a button, and in this button I can use event listening is on click. If today I click these buttons, I just send an alert. So I can embed my JavaScript in my HTML. So maybe just like this, I can create a button. Okay, on click and alert. Hey. So the button's name is click me. Okay, if I click, and that can send an alert. So I just use HTML with JavaScript, and this can help us to make some response to our user. And the other thing is, I think is quite interesting. Okay, maybe today I can create divisions, and in these divisions, and I can set up on mouse over and on mouse R. If today my mouse is over, and this can change the backgrounds, and if my mouse is out, and this can change the other color, change the other backgrounds. So let's start it. So I can create divisions with ID is box. So I can go to the head to create my CSS, and in my CSS I can ask the box to maybe the width for 500 pixels and the height is for 500 pixels with the background is maybe blue. So now I can see here, and if today I use on mouse over, and I can use document, oh not document, this style point background, and maybe it's red, and later that is on mouse out, that it will become blue. So you can see the color is changed. The color is changed. But you notice if today you want to make some box in here and you want to interact with your users, and I think you needed to give some hints for your user, because I think maybe you needed to change the cursor. Okay, so I can change the cursor in here. Maybe it's use pointer, and user will notice, oh, here will something change. Okay, so this is also a hint. So now maybe you can try to use this way to understand how to use on mouse over and on mouse out. Okay, and now it's your turn. Okay, I will switch the monitors. Okay, and maybe we can create some functions for our color changing. For example, maybe I can create a JavaScript in here, and maybe in here I just call a function to help us to change the color. So now maybe I just want to test my function. Maybe I can use a red in here. So in here, in my JavaScript, I just create a function in here. So function is red, okay? And I want to test this function is work or not, so I use an alert in here. So that is red. So if today I mouse is over, so that it will show me the red. Okay, but that is not enough. Actually, I want to change the color. So can I use this way? Maybe I just use red. Is this work? This is not work. But actually we can use this way. This is just tell these functions who am I. Okay, so they can know who are you. Because in here, so I don't know who is this. So maybe I needed to give the other terms. Maybe I can give a ABC or ELE or anything, because I think that is an element, so I just use ELE in here. I can use either ELE in here, and this can help me to change the color. Okay, so I can change the color immediately. Okay, so in here I can also create the other one is blue, and this. So this can help me create the other one, blue. So I can change the color. I can use the function to change the colors. And in next time, I just call this function, and that can help me to do these things. So that is the function. And actually, it's just like this. We use on mouse over, and one function is to change the color to red, and the other function is change to background to blue. So that is an approach. I want to ask you a question. Is there has any approach to help me use one function to finish on mouse over and on mouse out? I just use a single function, and I can change the color to become red and to become the blue. May I? Do you know how to finish this? Can I use this if and I just ask them to become blue? If not, is this work? Why is no? Red? It's work. Okay, I can use a single function to finish one thing. I just needed to validate this background is red or blue. If today that is red and I want to change the background to blue. If today that is not and I want to change the background to red. So I use a single function to finish it. Okay. So this is JavaScript. You can use one function, two functions to do many things. But that is not the question I want to ask you. This is my truly question. Please try to create 3 contents areas. Maybe you can create 3 divisions and use a function to change different background color for each area when a mouse over event occurs. Okay. Maybe you have a 3 division, and maybe today I move on the box 1 and you get 1 color, and I move to box 2 and you that is the other colors, and today I move on box 3 and that is another colors. Okay, so you just use one single function to finish it. Okay, can you? Give you a hint. You can also send some information to your function to make sure they can know this is box 1 or this is box 2 or this is box 3. Okay, you can use this way to finish it. And if you finish, please submit it to our Zuvio. So that is our first question in today.我传一下。I have uploaded the questions on Zuvio.
把这个mouse house 印到上面去后，就得到这个，然后就这个消失。
因为你用不同单字，101是101。
哦，
这个一样。
然后可以。
I have uploaded today's slides on the Moodle, so if you need, and you can go to the Moodle to download it. If you finish, you just upload your code. You just take a picture with your code. Yes, but I want to make sure the two documents different colors.这样可以，这样可以。
一张剪一下的话，可以截2张，尽量
截重点给我就好了。对。So you needed to give these 3 bars as a different color response. So if today you move to box 1 and maybe pick up the red, and today you move to box 2 and maybe pick up the purple, and then you move to box 3 and pick up the blue. Okay? So this has different colors. And you only needed to use one single function. I think we have no time for another question, another test. So maybe today we just end in here. And if you already submit your answers, and you can take a break, you can just we just end in here, okay? And if you're not finished yet, please stay in here till 12 o'clock, okay? And then in next week, I will start to teach you something about maybe another task is about how to use JavaScript to create a drop-down menu. Okay. And later I will start to teach you something about PHP. We will start to let you know to understand how to create our backend website. Okay? And see you next week.